Is Big Mama holding on to Yaz because that's all she has left on to hold on to? Absolutely. Absolutely. Estelle is, I wish we would have given Debbie more time, more screen time, but Estelle is really bereft because of Tariq. And I think it's such a great scene in this episode that you guys just saw where she confronts Tariq and she says, every bad thing that's happened to this family is your fault. I bet a lot of you felt like, yes, somebody say it to him, you know? Did Big Mama's confrontation trigger Tariq? How do you think Tariq felt emotionally when she mentioned Raina? He felt pretty bad. Tariq doesn't have a lot of safe places to land, which was part of the point of the end of this episode too, which was just that he literally went through that with his grandmother, that horrible confrontation. She served him, and then he went back to Lauren, and Lauren wasn't even safe.
Tariq James St. Patrick opened his gut. My grandson, the local thug, thinks he's gonna steal custody of Yasmin from me?
Can't let Yasmin stay with you. You need help. Let me pay for you to go to rehab.
Raina would be ashamed of you. Every evil that has befallen this family is because of you. Now you think I'm gonna let my grandbaby go the same way? I will die first. I will die first. And I'll see you in court.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Power Book 2 Ghost Season 2, Tariq and Grandma Estelle, the fight for custody. Yes, that is the topic of discussion. It is based off what we saw in this last episode of Power Book 2 Ghost. And of course, we're going to break it down. Now make sure you check out my last two videos. We talked about two exclusive clips for episode 5. Of course, the Braden, Lauren, and Kane video. Check that out. And also check out the Kane and Monet video as well. Of course, we know she wants to know Tariq's weak spot. And of course, we know your boy Kane is going to try and figure that out. He's going to, go to Stansfield and probably make some more mistakes. But check those videos out if you have not seen it. Continue to keep yourself updated on all the latest Power Book 2 Ghost Season 2 content. And let's just talk about the topic of discussion. Tariq and Grandma Estelle. We know in this last episode, man, your boy Tariq, he said, you know what? I know she's my grandma. I love her to death, but I have to protect my sister Yasmin at all costs. Now, Tariq was able to get some video footage of his grandma at the liquor store buying some alcohol. At the same time, we know she had a little situation with Yasmin. Seems like she put her hands on her, and we know the living situation is not the best between Grandma Estelle and Yasmin because Grandma is going through a lot of mental things. She's not in the right state of mind. Of course, everything that's been going on, it's been getting to her. And we've been seeing it even more this season. We've been seeing those consequences of the past actions of this show and what Tariq has been doing. Now, Tariq is not playing around. He even told the conservator, Daniel Warren, that, look, if you're not trying to help me out with this, I can go to court and we can, get you removed from up on out of here. So it goes to show you that he's not playing around at all. Now, with Grandma Estelle, she came to Tariq's dorm room, and this hit home because I know you guys have been watching Power for a long time, and we've been watching these, two characters grow for the last 7 years. And to see Grandma just go off on Tariq, I felt that. I felt it. I'm like, man. Because she was pretty much telling Tariq the truth. He couldn't really counter what she was saying. I mean, he did tell her he wants to make sure, she can go to rehab. And, you want to make sure Yasmin is good. But Grandma don't want to hear any of that. She's telling Tariq that everything that's happening is his fault. And it's just crazy because, the majority of the Power fans have been believing this. Hell, they've been saying it. They've been saying this for the last probably 3 to 4 years that a lot of these things that's happening is because of Tariq. And Tariq, he's not even going to argue with it because he knows and he understands what he has done has caused these consequences, right? He understands this. He even mentioned it in class. I mean, you got to deal with the hand that you're dealt and you got to deal with the consequences, right? And I honestly just want to know, how will this all end? We got Grandma Estelle going up against her grandchild, Tariq. How would this all end? They're supposed to be going to court, and I got a feeling it's not going to end well at all. It's just not going to end well. Now, Tariq, of course, he can say, look, now I have some income, but he still has to prove that he has a solid household. I mean, to be 100% honest, do you guys honestly believe that Tariq should be having custody of Yasmin? Is grandma, is she actually lying? You know, could Tariq actually do this? I don't believe Tariq is in the position where he can be raising Yasmin in dealing with school and working with the Tejada family. It's entirely too much on his plate, especially at the age that he is at. Realistically speaking, I cannot see it happening at all. I don't see it happening at all. Him going to court up against Grandma Estelle, of course, they're gonna present evidence and stuff like that. They're gonna go back and forth. We know this. Grandma, she is not gonna hold anything back at all. She's gonna go off on her grandson. At the same time, we know she does have some weaknesses. So when this is all said and done, this whole court thing, as far as the custody of Yasmin, I don't see it playing out in favor of any of these guys. To be 100% honest, I'm believing that she's probably going to be just in foster care until everything is settled or they can find a solid household. And from the looks of it, it ain't looking too good. Now, who's to say towards the end of the season that Tariq does not flip this and, you know, he's able to present a solid household as well as the legal income that he has set up, right? Now, if he's able to do that, some things can change. But even if Tariq is able to do those things, he's able to get that, you know, income in solid household. As I just told you guys, is Tariq really the right person to be raising Yasmin? As of right now, I just do not see that being the case. I believe it's will be a high risk. I think it's a very high risk of him doing that because you're going to see the effects of that. Tariq should already know that the things that he has done has created these consequences. So bringing your sister along this journey, that's going to be a high risk, and that is a weak spot. You do not want to put her in a situation where her life can be on the line. Dealing with the Tejada family and the work that you're doing, well, Tariq, that's exactly what you're doing. Because if you slip up and, you know, you piss them off, not just them, other enemies or other people, they're going to come for you. They're going to come for what is your weakness. And as of right now, Yasmin is definitely a huge weakness for you. And you cannot risk bringing her around any of this, man. You got to be smart about this. Hopefully, he's able to see this. But knowing Tariq, he's going to fight, man. This dude is not going to give up on his sister. He's going to make sure he's able to get her. When it comes to Grandma Estelle, she does have a drinking problem. She's going through a lot of mental things right now. And she's not in the right state of mind to be raising Yasmin. You're seeing all the effects of everything coming to full play over these past 8 seasons. And I'm talking about the original Power and, of course, the 2 seasons that we got right now of Power Book 2 Ghosts. It's a lot. It's a, you know what I'm saying? It's a long history. This is what I was talking about, how that scene hit hard for me because, you know, I've watched them and I watched each character grow and to see what they've been through. For her to come in there like that and tell him the truth, which, you know, a lot of people they're not going to do that when it comes to Tariq. And Grandma, she knows a lot. So for her to do that, it goes to show you that this is very, very personal, and she's willing to risk it all to save what's left. She understands everything that has happened in the past. It's because of course, Tariq. Well, some of it is, right? And of course, his parents. But she's not willing to allow Tariq to tarnish and mess up Yasmin's life. And at the end of the day, as I told you guys, Tariq can do everything in the book. He can get custody of Yasmin. But if we're being realistically speaking, she's not going to be safe, y'all. It's just plain and simple. But we're going to see how it goes, man. Tariq has a lot on his plate dealing with this whole, you know, custody battle. At the same time, we know he's dealing with the Tejada family. We got Mecca on his back. We got your girl Lauren with the Rolly. We got your boy Zeke. He don't know who his mom's is. He don't know who his daddy is. I mean, and he has to stay in school. It's a lot of different things going on in this show. But I am here for it. I want to see how it's all going to play out. But you guys let me know, man. What do you think about this topic of discussion? Leave it all down below, man. My OG Power fans, let me know, how did this scene hit for you? Especially knowing the history between Grandma and Tariq all the way, you know, telling all the way back to the original Power. But thank you guys for all the love, all the support, and I will catch you on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.